Number 4, approval of minutes for the pre-council meeting and regular city council meeting, April 15th, May 8th, 22nd, and special council meeting held May the 29th.
I'm going to break 2 of these off and ask that we approve minutes for council meeting May the 8th and April the 15th is submitted. Since I was absent at the other 2 meetings, I cannot speak to their authenticity, so I'll abstain from those, but I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for April the 15th and May the 8th.
I'll second those 2.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carried. And that's approving the council meeting minutes on April the 15th and May the 8th.
And Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I would move that we approve the regular council minutes of May 22nd and the special call council meeting on May 29th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I abstain for the reason that I was unable to attend those 2 meetings.
I abstained on the special council meeting minutes on May the 29th. I was absent.
I abstain also, because I was not here
3 of you.
On which one?
Don't get a-
Which one?
Which one?
on May the 29th.
No, you were not here the 27th. The
I mean,
second, you were here on the 29th.
You go back to the one Terry approved was the one you weren't here for, right?
You make sure we get on the-
Council
You
Pike.
were on mine, too.
She wasn't here, she wasn't here the 22nd.
It's the 22nd.
I was
She
out of
was-
town so much, I don't remember.
22nd.
That's the only one she abstained on.
And they got changed so many times. All right.
All right. Now, next, the approval of current bills for payment. And before I make a motion to approve bills for payment, I think there's a question about a certain bill, and I thought, did you ask it before?
Yes, James, for Thompson Cat Rental, there's a $200 discrepancy on this, and I just wanted to tell you about it. Would you like me to bring it to you?
You can just have them pass it.
Okay.
Okay.
There should not have been a delivery fee or a pickup fee.
They probably can give a call.
Okay. Based on the amendment to that particular bill, I make a motion that we approve bills in the amount of $236,450.92.
236,000, how much?
$450.
450.
Yes, we're reducing it to $200.
92 cents. I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Next, any report from any of our consultants or professionals? Any reports?
Yeah, I have a report on the city website. I'd like to announce that we will be launching the city's new official website next Friday, June 13th. And we will launch our Facebook page next Monday on June 9th. I'd like to also thank all of the city employees who provided input. We want to also let it be known that we're going to include the ability to pay your tax online, which is why we're pushing it to next Friday. But stay tuned for further information on it. A long time coming, and I think we're going to produce a site that the city will be proud of.
Thank you. Great news. Next, mayor's report. Mayor?
I would like for Randy, is he here? Oh, here he is. Our fireman that had the problem last week.
Yes, sir. Saturday morning, firefighters are engaged in fighting a house fire over here on 5th Avenue South. And one of our firefighters just collapsed during the ending phase of the fire. And so he was unconscious, and they removed him from the house, and he went into full arrest. And so all of our firefighters are well trained in emergency medical procedures, and about 2/3 of them are actual paramedics. And we have on our fire engines all the cardiac life support that would be needed for such a situation, which they initiated that. And we had an ambulance on the scene. He was promptly transported to Trinity Hospital, and he had to be shocked, and intravenous meds given him, placed on a respirator, and it's been a very tenuous time since that time started, where he's been on this ventilator and most of the time unconscious and in intensive care. And so we have just been holding our breath, hoping for a bit of good news. And today we're very encouraged because we've seen him open his eyes, and he's still on a ventilator. He's still in intensive care, but he's starting to respond more to stimulus. And in fact, Captain Doss was visiting with him just shortly around 5 o'clock and asked him, says, do you know who I am? And his eyes opened, he nodded his head. So this is a young man. He's been, just a real, great employee to have. The men love him. He's has a lovely wife and 3 children, and so your heart, just hurts for somebody that might be this close to, leaving us. And so we're very encouraged. He's not out of the woods yet. There's been a great outpouring of care and support extended toward the wife and family. Many of the fire departments, mostly all of them around locally, have called and offered, anything that they can do. We've had them calling from as far away as like Jacksonville, Florida, Auburn, California, and so and we appreciate all that support. And so at this point in time, we are just, taking it, a day at a time, but ever hopeful that he'll be able to make a recovery. And again, let me thank, the people that have offered support and their prayers and so forth. And we thank you for that very much also.
Randy, did you say he was in the house when you collapsed?
Yes, sir, he was. The fire had been mostly knocked down. He was doing a procedure that we call overhaul, where we're looking for a hidden fire. He was pulling the ceiling down, and it just right in the midst of his activity, he just collapsed and went unconscious. And his partner that was with him then, called out what we call a mayday. That means that, you've got a fireman down, and so they, expend all efforts then to get him out and get him to the, medical attention that he needs.
Randy, did we do the administering of the shocking and the drug that you need to stimulate?
They put him in the ambulance, and so it was, I'm going to be honest with you, I can't tell you the details of the sequence of events, but between the fire department and North Star Ambulance, they always respond in ambulance when we go to a fire, just for the very reason of being able to treat either if there's a citizen injured or a firefighter injured. And so they were right there, and due to the close proximity of the hospital, it was just like a procedure of getting him prepared for CPR, initiate CPR, load him in the ambulance. And I can't tell you if they started there in the ambulance or in the hospital. That we really appreciate the efforts that Trinity Hospital expended, and they've been really great in their support for us also in this regard.
When you get ready, I'll send a letter. We'll write a letter and thank
Everybody
that helped, and I'll be glad to sign one along with you and I sign one.
Yes, sir.
And we put council on there.
I will, as the council president, I would like to do that also.
Yeah, well, we would really appreciate that. It's really heartwarming to see the response that we've got, and it's times like this, you see people, come together and, it's just a great thing. So we're ever hopeful, like I said, that he'll be able to make a full recovery.
Okay, good deal.
Chief, sometimes, in times like this, the best thing for the family is just rest and not a lot of visitation. Are they accepting visitors, phone calls at this time, or?
Well, I would say yes, with some moderation. And actually, the fire department has, a union local here, and they've actually been paying for her a hotel room to stay there at the hospital, and they're happy to do that. And I really applaud, their, concern and the actual actions in this regard to respond to this time of need. And but yes, any visitation, I think Ms. Pike has come, and we appreciate that, Ms. Pike, and I don't know what to tell you, do what your heart leads you to
Well,
do.
That's right.
My thinking on it, and, we didn't know whether it was gonna come out of it or not, and I think his wife needs to spend as much time with his
Yes.
family
Right.
as possible, and when you're in that unit, you can only do it so much an hour, every hour.
Right, that's right.
And so, I've stayed away because of that reason, but when he gets to where he can talk, I'm gonna go visit.
Right.
Yes, sir. I think
He would
that
love
be
that.
fine. Yes,
He
sir.
would love that. And I just want to say this quickly. Chief, I just want to thank you so much that you have been the overseer of this department, and our firemen are trained paramedics, EMTs, and they saved his life.
They actually did.
They actually did save his life, and to have all the equipment, all the necessary, and when we're voting about fire equipment or money for the fire department, this is what it's all about. If it just saves one life, it is worth the whole enchilada, so to speak. And so I just want, I've said that, my 2 cents worth is gonna be educational, and this is my education for the night, is that we have competent, caring firemen, the chief, Captain Dawes, all of our firemen, they were all up there. I didn't do much, but I'll tell you this, I carried them some donuts and they loved it. And I carried the children some games because been there and done that, and know there's not a lot to do but up there. So, and that he has a beautiful family and a beautiful wife, but the firemen have come together and supported everybody. But the main thing is that they had the expertise and the training to do what they needed to do.
And the equipment.
And the equipment at a crucial time. And thank you so much.
If you don't mind, I'll give you just a couple of facts here of what we did this month. 146 total calls for emergency services through the fire department. 9 of those were 95 were emergency medical calls, of which 61 had to be transported to the hospital. And the balance of them were a combination of fires and hazmat and assist occupant calls. So, they're busy.
You're busy.
Yes.
You're busy. You're busy man.
And I want to thank you, Randy. I was one of those calls that got transferred to the hospital this month.
You must have done well. You're with us tonight. Yes. Glad you're with us tonight.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for us too, from the
Thank you,
council.
sir.
Yeah, good job. Mayor, any other
I
report?
do have a few other things.
All right.
This board, this green board up here with those pictures on it has to do with our partner who we have partnered with in the sewer business. And the greenish lines show what sewers are already in, the blue lines show what we're gonna do. But the city is not out any money on these sewer lines, the company's gonna pay it. The way we're partnering, we have a franchise with them. And we get so much every time somebody hooks onto the sewer. So it's a benefit for the sewer, and I think that, for the city of Irondale, And I think this is gonna bring more homes to the city because we're running sewer ourselves. And, if the county would not do this, or wouldn't, we'd have to pay for it if the county did. The road will start Tuesday. The contractors told me he will start moving dirt Tuesday morning on, Branch Mill Road, across from Baldwin Mall. So I'm gonna go down there. I told him I was coming over. He better be ready to move dirt, because I'm bringing cameras with me and we're gonna take pictures. So let's get ready to get underway. And thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. I'm over here trying to fix something to show our picture over here so the citizens can see what we're doing. Anyway, next item on the agenda is department head reports. Do we have any reports from any of our department heads? Yes, sir.
I would like to ask the water department to make a report on how our new well is coming.
Okay.
Ronnie,
Okay.
come up here so we can all hear you. That's okay, you're working.
You look fine to us.
Just got through with the job.
Oh, every
Figured I'd
time
come
a man that's
Excuse
in
me.
his working clothes.
Yes,
He can go
excuse me.
anywhere.
The well is going good. They did have a couple of minor setbacks due to some very hard rock that they were trying to drill through, but they have got the outer main top casing in, which is about, I believe he told me, 52 feet deep. That casing will be there, then the inner casing will go in, which will end up being our actual water pipe. And they're gonna drill down through there, and according to the rock surveys, he believes the rest of it will go much quicker. I talked to him today. They estimated about 6 to 8 weeks to begin with. Because of this rock, we've lost about maybe 4 days. So, and I'd say they've been actual drilling for about 2.5 weeks of the 3.5 they've been there. So we could have anywhere from around 5, maybe 6 weeks. And the well then will be flow tested and get all of our bacteriological samples turned in. And once they're approved, we should be able to pump water from it. And we are hoping to, at this moment, with all the tests and the surveys they've done, we're hoping to get around 2,000 gallons a minute out of this well.
Could you repeat that?
2,000 gallons per minute.
A minute.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a huge well, and the guys drilling told me, he said it's unusual to hit a well that can produce that much water.
2,000 gallons a minute.
2,000 gallons a minute.
This drill crew that's there, 2 of the guys have long-term with the company, and he said he has never drilled a well with this kind of yield, this much. He's drilled this size well, but never with this kind of flow.
About 10 or 20 minutes, 15 minutes, you can fill a swimming pool with
Easily.
that kind of pump.
And what we're hoping to do with that, we have 2 of our other wells which run approximately 1,000 gallons a minute that's been long-term in use. And what we're hoping to do then is to stagger the running time. We run these 2 at 2,000 a minute like we're doing now, then we can run this one. Therefore, that'll take some of the, we don't have a problem with the pressure or with the flow out of the aquifers, but this will just allow us another tool to add to it. It'll give us an option of having more, even more water than we need, which could open up more avenues for the mayor and
We're
people
gonna need 'em.
to do some stuff, and
We don't
of
need
course the
more water.
growth. But right now, we're only running around, out of a 24-hour period, the 2 wells that we run right now, plus the small one, we only average around 12 to 13 hours a day total. So we still have time on those, and this is just gonna give us a much bigger opportunity to grow for the city and possibly look at other avenues.
We did have a pump, a starter go bad on a pump, and we had to replace that.
Yes, sir.
And we're already down one well, and we had one that we had to go down on until we got the starter. Has it come in yet?
The starter came in, and I'm glad to report that the electrician worked with us today, and it is back in working order. So we have the
We're back
third,
up to 2 or 3?
we're up to 3.
3.
Back to
Yeah.
3.
Ronnie, isn't the one that's 2,000 per minute's replacing that had the surface water, and wasn't it just a 400?
Yes.
It was
Yes,
just-
sir. The
So
original well that was
basically-
bad, we were permitted for 450 gallons a minute.
So